folks out.
Welcome everybody to the best New York stream for Forex in the world here today, and gold has reached 1800. Um, man, I think everyone's gonna say, oh yeah, we're the first ones to call 1800, but 1800 was like, it had to be reached. It was right there. If you look on the weekly, monthly, everything to the left here, it said 1800 is going to be reached. So I guess we reached 1800. Whoever held at 1800, man, perfect. You guys won with gold if you held it with 1800. GJ about to fly? Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so yet. Let's see here. So we have. What's this? Sells GJ 30-minute. Price made a low. Possible target for retesting. If we close bearish, we can continue down. Okay, this. Yeah, I think so too. I think so too, because this is the area where GJ retested right over here. We broke the support. We're bearish. We're coming down. There's a clean candle here to the left. It's a Wednesday. Wednesday means there's a lot of volume. There's a lot of volume here in the market on Wednesdays. So I guess if we are rejecting 134,700, then we should continue down to retest the low at 134, 570. In that zone you just marked is the start of the Brexit move from yesterday. Yes, it was actually right over here. Yeah, from right over here. What do you think about selling gold? Selling gold? I don't know, man. Not yet. I mean, if you look at gold, I don't think there are any sells right now on gold. You can't think like that. Like if some things are moving up, that means it's very, very bullish. There's no sells right now on gold. So those ideas should be removed. Let's look at this here. Yeah. I mean, the only problem I have with GJ sells is that there's this support right over here. And the previous 15-minute candle is bullish. This is a 17, 15 pip range. And this candle closed bullish, so you'd need to see a break below for sells to work out. Break below the support, the previous 15-minute candle, because like it closed bullish, and the 30-minute. I mean, if you think it's gonna go down, then basically it needs to flip bearish, right? So in my eyes, if it doesn't break this low, then there are no sells, because candles are bullish right now. And at the same time, if we do close back above, what's this price? If we do close back above 134,750, then there's a very high chance we're going to continue up to retest, 134 or like even 135. Back up to retest 135. And then this move down becomes a fake out because price couldn't maintain its move below this area, so there's a very high chance it's gonna continue moving up. Especially after now it has broken the high of the previous 30-minute candle. So now there's a very high chance this move down would be a fake out, and then we can continue moving up. So those things are really important. You got to be aware. The sells wouldn't work out because the previous 15-minute candle closed bullish. It closed with no wick at the bottom, which means there's no range for next candle to go down, right? So for the 30-minute to go bearish, you would need this low to be broken here, the 15-minute low, because then you can say, okay, the 30-minute can continue down. But if it's not breaking that, then it's basically not going down. Man, I have so many screens. My head snaps when I look all the way to the left. Okay, what's this? What do you think about this chart? Let's take a look at this. See, I believe, like, I mean, if this candle closes above 750, I believe we're going to continue to move up. So that's what I'm waiting for. Let's take a look here. 30 minute buys above this area, sells below this area. Yep, this makes perfect sense. This does make sense. Let's take a look here. GJ 1 hour. Weekly support, 1 hour creating support. Right onto it. I think so too. Yeah, I mean, if this 1 hour crosses the high of the previous 1 hour, then this move down is a fake out 100%. So right now we're just waiting. Wouldn't you want to have it on the neckline? I don't know what the neckline is, Carlos. If you want to send a chart with your neckline on it, I can take a look at that, but I have no idea what neckline you're talking about. 15-minute candle is about to close. Oh yeah, we're going up. It's going to continue going up. Maybe a position as it broke the high of the 30-minute right here would make sense. Like a 10 pip stop with a potential, like a 15 to 20 pip gain. I think that would be that could be well worth it. Do you need to see a retest when it's moving up? Well, the thing with GJ is that sometimes it doesn't really do a retest. That's the whole problem. It doesn't do retests. So when you're taking positions not based on retests, those are just impulse positions that you're expecting price to continue moving forward. I believe price is consolidating about the lower low. Yeah, so I think this is what's going on here. Let me just bring my arrow here. So this was the Brexit, the start of the Brexit move yesterday. This is the support we had. This is where price broke support. Oh, there we go. We're breaking above the high over here. Perfect. Moving forward. So now price is coming back. It broke the high over here on the 30 minute. If it's breaking the high and not breaking the low, then there's a very high chance it's moving up. And yes, I am in this trade. What broker do you use? Vantage FX? Vantage? Do you need to see retest if it's moving up? Okay. Oh, someone's got a GJ buy idea here. Yep, this makes sense. And now when we look on the 1 hour, 1 hour has also broken the high, so it's very probable it's going to continue moving up towards 134.950. Let's take a look at this chart. This is heavy resistance, break, retest, moving up. Okay. So how will you be executing? Oh, okay, and then you have a line over here which it might reject around 134.869. We'll wait and see. Are you in any trades? Yes. My entry is right here. Actually, no. I'm not gonna put it on because I want people to fend for themselves. It wasn't hard. It was easy. The idea is not to like copy stuff. The idea is to like learn. You know, that's the whole idea. So yeah, scamming the gulag today. But the whole thing is, it wasn't a sell based on the 15 minute because it didn't close bearish. There was no confirmations on the 15 minute that it's gonna come down. Let's put it that way. There were no confirmations on the 15-minute. All right, let's take a look at. So this is, oh, we have no news here today. It was all clean skies and sunny days and nothing important happening over here. It was a good trade. When is it supposed to be an impulse entry? Well, I've seen GJ for so long, Um, it like you basically know when it's going to be an impulse entry, when it's going to be like a retest. You basically understand this. Most times there are always impulse entries on GPJPY because you know it very rarely does a retest. That's the whole thing. Very rarely does a retest, and I mean, the more you watch it, the more comfortable you get with it. You know, but at the same time, when you're taking impulse entries, those are risky entries too, because now you're taking those entries, and the only confirmation you have that it's breaking at the high or it's breaking a low, and that's about it. So now the 15-minute candle has closed. It closed above this area. I have entries around like 134, 770, 134, 791 as well. You know, so expecting price to now prices came into the zone, so we're expecting it to continue moving bullish. So basically my entries are somewhere over here, 134, 790. Stop is below the previous 30-minute candle, and I'm expecting price to continue up towards 134, you know, 940, 950. I think that's going to be pretty good targets. Yeah, the only thing happening is that gold is on steroid mode here today. So you are right. Gold is, there are no sells on gold. Straight buys. Looks like US 30 respected the support we had from yesterday. This is the support we drew yesterday, and US 30 is respecting that area. It's just ranging over here between 26,000 and 25,700. I don't want to get FOMO, so going to wait for 30 minutes to close before doing anything. Yeah, exactly. You know, like, but at the same time, I mean, price should create a support around here, 134 to 750, and then continue moving up, further up towards 135, back towards 135. When price comes to your entry, will you close half? Yes. Yes, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to close half if price comes back to my entry. What if I brought the YouTube chat over here on the screen? No, I think it's fine over here. What's this? Bankers? Would you not put off by a potential reaction to the resistance to the left of GJ Raja? Yeah, for sure. For sure, it could affect that, but you know, like price is in profits right now, and I'm expecting it to come up towards 134, 940, 950. So I mean, even if it reacts to this area right over here, and if it comes down to my entry, I'm going to close half, and then have opportunity to close positions in a minor loss as well. So it's all good. Um, Whenever you're in the trade, I think it's a really good habit to keep thinking about what are you going to do if price goes into a loss? What are you going to do when price goes into drawdown? Because I can't control if price comes up over here or not. Whether it would be with news, with any event happening, with any announcement happening, we don't know whether price is going to go to 134.950 or not. This is just speculation. right? We're just speculating that price is going to go up over here, you know. But what we can control is that what are we going to lose if price comes back into a drawdown? That's it. That's the only thing you can control. So just keep focusing on your downside and the upside you can't control. You know, that's just like it's it's what it is. If market comes up there, then we win. If it doesn't, then you know we control our risk. Can you take a look at this chart? Let's take a look here. So this is we have ooh, what's this? This is your GBP 15 minute. Price came up to retest, anticipated rejection, took sells. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. I think it's approaching some sort of support right over here, support area. So you may see some sort of a reaction happening here. Recently started to follow you. Question: Does VantageFX offer the services to Canadians? I don't know what kind of question is that. I mean, Paul, you know I live in Canada, and you're still asking a question if VantageFX service Canadians. I think you will like this chart. Let's take a look here. I can only keep my fingers crossed when someone says you will like this chart. This is, ooh, price is respecting zones. Should we be looking for a higher high? GPGPY daily. I think GPGPY is, I mean, you're expecting it to break above 134, no, 135, 500 and continue moving up. Yeah, I mean, once it breaks above there, then it's going to move up, but it hasn't broken above that area, right? So it's not moving up yet. Let's take a look at the 15 minute. 15 minute has broken up. This move down has been considered a fake out now. Once the 30 minute candle closes in 8 minutes, this move down would be a fake out. So once this move down would be a fake out, I think we're going to continue moving up towards, you know, 134, 950, and then 135. 135, hopefully. We'll have to wait and see. Has anyone had any luck with installing Magic Keys with crossover for Mac? I think if someone has an opportunity to, like, you know, solve issues they're having with MacBooks, I really think if you sell your MacBook, you can buy 2 Windows computers, man. And the Windows computers, they're compatible with everything in the world. Everything. With Mac, you have to call dad and be like, hey, am I supposed to use this? Can I use this? How can I use this? You know, with Windows, you plug it in and that's it, done. How easy is that? You know, MacBook, man, MacBooks are those like preppy kids in high school. Windows are the jocks and the cheerleaders. UK to announce Kickstart scheme for jobs. Also, EU barrier has discussion with UK Forex life. Yeah, like you know, with all these governments, they're trying to put a lot of positive optimism in the markets. Like you know, we're opening up the economy. We're doing this to supplement jobs and giving money to people. So I think it should. I mean, with that said, overall, higher time frames, daily, monthly, we should be continuing moving bullish. But the only problem is at 135, 500, that's a very, very strong zone. And if you look on the monthly candles, let me just bring up GPJPY here on another chart. I think I'm an expert on GPJPY now. I mean, maybe, you know, who knows. All right, so let's take a look at the monthly over here. So if you look on the monthly here on GPJPY, oh, actually, I'm approaching 10 pips over here. All right, gonna start securing positions right here. This was awesome, man. Beautiful. Putting stops at break even. Perfect. Okay, so if you look on the monthly here, the monthly candle on GPJPY is we couldn't break above 135, 500, right? So if you look at the past monthly candles, you see this monthly candle, what's this line over here? Delete. So if you look at this monthly candle right here, this monthly candle broke below this area, the next one came up, it rejected it, closed bullish. We thought next one is going to go up. Then we had May. May closed below 135, 200, 300. You had June. June went all the way through 135, 500, went all the way to 139 and closed back below. This new monthly candle is at the same level where previous 1, 2, 3 monthly candles rejected. Right? So for price to continue moving up, you would need smaller time frames, dailies, and the weeklies to close above 135, 200, 135, 300 in order to come up to fill this wick, right? But if we don't, if we keep rejecting 135s, then I think for the rest of the month, we still got 3 weeks left. For the rest of the month, we may continue moving down. So, right? So that's why 135 or 135, 400, 135, 500 are very strong areas. So if you want to remember a price, remember this price 135, 500 all the way to 135, 200, 135, 300. Yeah, those are very important zones. So I think I'm not sure for everyone else, but I think for me this was a stress-free day here. Came through the charts, price broke below this area, broke below, this candle formed bullish, this candle formed bearish, right? Indicating that we may now continue moving down. So I was like, okay, perfect. I'm going to start looking for sells. Looked at the 15-minute chart, and then I saw this candle actually closed bullish. So I was like, okay, well, maybe there are no sells because the candle is closing bullish. So I might want to wait until the low of the 15-minute breaks or something closes bearish, which gives me more confirmation to take sells. I'm like, okay, I'm going to wait. And then since I was waiting, saw this candle come up, break the high over here, broke it once, and then moved to 30-minute chart. Moved to 30-minute chart, saw this candle breaking the high of the previous bearish candle. I mean, and respecting the low. So, at that time I was like, okay, you know what? Maybe it's gonna go up. Maybe this move down was a fake out. If price couldn't do a retest and go down, if price couldn't maintain its move bearish, then where else will it go? It's probably gonna go up. So took buys and we started to go up. Traders Domain is killing me with these commissions. I think the commission on Traders Domain is like $1 per 10-cent lot, right? So it should be like $10 per one lot. So it's like almost 1 pip. Eating my favorite fruit right now. Oh, $7? $7 for one lot? Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. That's very normal. I pay $7 for one lot too. Like if I open 5 lots, I'm paying $35. Yeah, $35 on a 5 lot. $70 on a 10 lot. $7 on one lot. Yeah, it's very normal. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like commissions, you got to pay. That's the market rate. You're getting the best rate. Also, I think Traders Domain is the only crypto in, crypto out broker like for North America, where they have the lowest spreads, way better spreads than KOTFX, way better spreads than Hugo's way. I mean, just look at GJ. Like the spread is at 1 pip, 1 pip, 1.2, 1.1. You look at Hugo's way is like 1.8, 2.1. KOTFX, same thing. So man, low spread life, man. And spread for me is 0.7. Yeah, exactly. It's good. iMarket, IC Markets is best for spreads. Yeah, you know what? IC Markets was a really, really good broker, but they got booted out of Canada, and then they started to do some shady shit. So, and then it just went kind of like downhill from there. I earn more money than teacher, and she keep convincing me to stop trading FX. Well, I guess maybe they want to learn. They want to learn how you do it. My TP was at 134.899. It went to 134.898. Now 15 minute is bearish, going to close to entry, had to move stop to break even. Well, with GJ, I mean, it's just give and take, you know. For me, my pips reached till like 11 pips. One position, I closed it. The other one reached at like, 10, 9. I let it go. I closed it. The thing with the market is going to give you, the market gives you what it wants, and it's up to you to just secure positions, just take what it gives and be happy. Be like, thank you, market. Thank you for that. Thank you for these little pips. I appreciate you. Thank you. We'll come back tomorrow. That's it. If you stay longer, the market is not only going to take back what it gave you, but it's going to take back more. 9.9 pips and a drastic U-turn. Yeah, that's that's what happens with GJ. I guess this price level here to the left hand side, it's influencing the rejection here. Oh, and my runner got stopped out right here. That was a good trade. This trade is similar to the one you took on Monday. Yes. What do you think about this chart? Let's take a look at this chart. This is oh, sells. Okay, you had sells over here, or you had sells over here, you had sells over here. Where'd you have sells? So I think this chart doesn't have all the information needed to talk about that chart. Let's take a look at this. This is GJ 30 minute. Taking sells once candle closes below here. Yep, this makes sense. This makes sense. You'd want price to close below this area here, 134.750, right? If price closes below 134.750, there's a high chance we're going to continue moving down. But if it closes above, then this will be a retest of this move up, and then we should continue moving up. Excuse me. Do you have a daily goal? Yes, my daily goal is to have a winning trade. That's my daily goal. It's to have a winning trade. Whether it's going to be like 10 pips, it's going to be 20 pips, 2 pips, 1 pip. That's my daily goal, to have a winning trade. That's it. I don't have like a daily goal of I want to make X amount of dollars or I want to make X amount of pips. Because when you have a goal like that, when you have X amount of dollar goal or X amount of pips goal, then you're forced to reach that goal, And what if this situation in the market is like where it won't allow you to reach that goal, right? What if then? Like, what if I had a goal of, let's say, 20 pips? I'm gonna get 20 pips out of it, and price actually, like, came down and continued to go down. Then what? Then I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm like -5 pips here. So now I want to make plus 25 pips to get to my goal. So my mindset in trading has completely changed to the fact that, okay, I'm only going to get what the market gives me, and I'm completely happy with that. Some days I get break evens, some days I get a loss. It's okay. Just come back the next day. So I think this is doing a retest right over here to continue moving up towards 134.960. What type of laptop PC do you use for trading? I use a ThinkPad. It's a Lenovo ThinkPad. It's for about, yeah, it's pretty fast. Lenovo ThinkPad. Pipinator 3000. What is your trading plan? How do you make one? It's all on YouTube. My YouTube channel, I have a video on how to make trading plans. Yeah, for GJ, just remember this price, 135 and 135,500. We need to break above these levels to continue moving up. If we don't, then we're going to continue moving down. All right, there we go. I hope this makes things much clearer. Perfect. Let's extend it all the way to the left. There we go. This is what's going through my mind. Did you take entries on the pullback again? Nope, no entries. I just took, this was an impulse entry I took right over here once it broke the high, and that was about it. It was kind of like the trade we took yesterday. Once it broke the high, we took a buy. You've become mean lately. No, not at all. How do I buy your course? If you find it, you find it. How do you manage a losing streak? I think the best way to manage a losing streak is to just see why you're taking the loss. Like why you're taking the loss. Are you missing something? Is there something you're ignoring at that point? Was it a revenge trade? Was it like a high risk trade? So those things you have to identify when you're taking losses. And I do think we're going to continue moving bullish here. Look at the 1 hour. 1 hour broke the high of the previous 1 hour. It would make sense that maybe price will reject this area, like if we move this up right over here. But to be realistic, on the small time frames, when we're looking at more detail, this was the area where price broke. So I'm basically counting this as like a rejection level. What do you think about monthly target? I have no monthly target. If I trade on the monthly time frame, I'll have a monthly target. But I think if price moves either way, if we break above 135, 500, we're going to come up towards 139 again. 139, 800, 139, 700. Or if we reject below 135, 500, then we're going to come down to 129. So 139 and 129. Yeah, 129 and 139. Do you ever have losing month? Oh yeah, last year I had one losing month. Having losing months, I mean, you can have a break-even month, but having a losing month, if you're just focusing on 1 or 2 trades, is really, really hard. Maybe the first month may be a losing month or a break-even month, but the second and third months should be profitable months. So the only way you're losing, I talk to a lot of people every day, man, a lot of people, and the most common problem people have is, hey man, I was doing good, and then I just fucked up everything. I was doing great, and then I just overtraded one day and over risked, and I lost all my profits. That's the biggest problem people have. And the only way to cure the problem is to just take 1 or 2 trades. 1 or 2 trades, and that happens from when you take one loss. When you take that one special loss, I don't know what happens in people's minds. You take that one special loss, and your mind just goes in overdrive. You go in overdrive, you start over trading, and it just sucks at that point. So please don't do that. Do you clear your charts every day from support resistance levels and draw them out every time on the charts? Yes. I clear everything. Can you look at this chart? Let's take a look at this chart. This is... Ooh, GJ, 15 minute. Looking at cells over here. Okay. You have a lot of lines running here. I would say maybe remove a bunch of these lines. I'm not sure what lines are these. Oh, these are Fibonacci's. Yeah, it's a lot of line action going on over there. You need a clean chart. You need to put some water on this chart and remove these lines. Maybe scrub them off or something. There's a lot of things going on. I've started not to trade London as if taking a loss in London severely impacts my thinking during NY and carry this throughout the day. Yeah, that's what I used to do too. For the longest time, I used to do London session, and then I would trade the New York session. And what I found was I was 50-50 in London session, and I was mostly always winning in New York session overall. And then I was like, well, okay, the only way to increase my profits are to maybe remove the London session. So I removed the London session from my trading plan, and then things start to get better. So if we're looking on the 15-minute chart, we're rejecting that area there. 30 minutes also kind of like rejecting in that area, so we're kind of like waiting over here. What do you think about CAD JPY guys, I think you need to send a chart so that all of us can learn about CAD JPY. Let's take a look at your JPY. Oh, your JPY is so bad. Look, that's so dirty. Let's just reanalyze your JPY based on a 4-hour. 4-hour has created a support. 4-hour has created a resistance. On the 1-hour, yeah, we're just ranging. Your JPY is in a range which is 23 pips big. Do you think this is a stress-free trade? This is clean candles to the left. Okay, entered when candle broke resistance. You entered over here, TP1, TP2. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it looks good. I think you can get to TP1. I mean, let's take a look at it here. Yeah, I think you're approaching that area where you can get your TP1 right over here around, 25, 900-ish, 920, 930. That's pretty good trades, risk-free. I like that. Where did you learn trading and when did you start? I started in June 2016 and I learned from Uncle Ted. My white uncle. Resistance from 15-minute retest support, looking for close above 134.850. Okay, so since you're looking for close above 134.850, so basically, okay, let's take a look on the 4-hour here, right? 4-hour basically tapped into this 4-hour rejection area down here at the bottom, right? 4-hour tapped into this rejection area. 1-hour basically also tapped into that rejection area, and it kind of like came up and closed above. So if price has rejected a higher time frame, Kevon, you can unmute yourself. If price has rejected a higher time frame support, this means it has a higher probability to break a lower time frame resistance. Does this make sense? So if you're looking at this resistance as a lower time frame resistance, what's this price over here? 134.850. There's a higher chance it will break this resistance and continue moving up if it's rejecting a higher time frame support. So if you look on the 1-hour candles and if you kind of like zoom in like this, what you will see is that on the 1-hour we had a rejection here yesterday. Candles broke back down, right? This candle broke the high of the previous 1-hour candle and closed bullish. So there's a higher chance that this 1-hour candle will continue up, fill this wick, and it may continue up towards 134.960 here as well. And this range is going to be around what, 829 to 960, around like 14 pips, 14, 15 pips. Oh, okay, I just fixed it right now.
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
So I took buys earlier, but if GJ, this 15-minute close right here, bullish, and we break the top wick, I'll go ahead and enter, although it's a little bit aggressive due to the simple fact that the 30 minutes candle is still open. But this 15 minutes close like this, like we're rejecting, and we break that top wick, I'll take buys and I'll ride it up to like 135 again.
Nice, yeah, it makes sense, Let's take a look at this chart. Oh, already looked at this chart. Yeah, now we got a little bit of waiting action going on here. 30 minutes also bullish, 1 hour is also bullish, 1 hour is going to fill that wick over there. Yeah, I think good stops are going to be at, 134.755 or even 750.
Yeah.
8 pip stop for a 15 pip gain. GU 4-hour. Price broke downtrend and resistance and made a retest. Okay, makes sense. So maybe now look at the small time frames and see what's going on. Let's take a look at this chart. This is GU 1 hour. Price heading up. Yeah, I think it can come up towards 1.2550. There are a lot of Brexit talks happening, you know, this week, last week as well. We had some Brexit announcement. And with every Brexit announcement, we've seen is that price moves up. So whenever you're in buys on the pound pairs, and if Brexit comes in, man, you're lucky. You're extremely lucky because that thing is going to keep on running bullish. So yeah, I think we're going to continue moving up, continue moving back up. This move down was a fake out. Mostly manage my trades during those sessions because I plan my trades Thursday, Friday for the next week. Oh, nice. What's the 5 by 7 lot you used yesterday? Can you explain? Yeah, I had a 7 lot open. I closed 5 lots, and I had 2 lots open left. So that's what it is. It's basically an empty 5. If you guys haven't used MetaTrader 5, it's something with MetaTrader 5. You know, it's a feature in MetaTrader 5. Yeah, I think it's good. We should continue moving up here. You know, this move down was essentially a fake out. Now, this 15-minute candle closed with no wick at the top, right? It closed with no wick at the top, it closed below this area, but the 30-minute candle is still bullish. So it doesn't mean that this 15-minute candle will go bearish. I mean, if it does close bearish, then we'll have to look at the overall 30-minute, how it's closing, you know. So for the next 30-minute candle to continue bullish and for the 1 hour to continue up, you would need this 30-minute candle to close like a healthy bullish candle, which means you want the 15-minute to close above 134.850. So you got like 13 minutes left here.
Correct.
You know, it's all in the candles, man. It's all in the candles. Can you give some advice on how to trade the Dow Jones? Well, my friend, I've tried trading Dow Jones for the last 2.5 months, and I couldn't figure it out. It's really, really hard to trade US 30. What do you think on stacking positions? I think when you talk about stacking positions, you're also talking about adding risk, right? It's basically let's say you take a buy over here. You take a buy over here, price comes down, you take another buy, price comes down, you take another buy. Now you're stacking positions. In the same way, you're stacking risk too. So if you're adding 1% risk here, you add another one here, so that's 2% risk. You add another one here, that's 3% risk. Sometimes people don't understand or they don't realize the amount of risk they're adding on while they're stacking positions, right? And also when you're stacking positions, your stop loss stays the same on all positions. You know, that's the thing. And you always have to remember how much risk you're adding to that position. Like, let's say if you're going to use 2% risk on a trade, maybe divide that 2% by, 4. You know, maybe use each position as like, 0.5% risk. You can add 0.5 on the top, 0.5 at the bottom, 0.5 here. So, it's pretty good that way. And as we can see, prices continuing up. It should fill this wick now, which is the 30-minute wick, and then continue on towards 134.970. I was in this trade. I secured 10 pips, and my render got stopped out. So now I'm not in this trade. Now I'm just supporting it to continue going up. I'm supporting that idea. What books do you recommend about Forex? No books. I actually don't recommend any books. I mean, you can come here and charts, or you can just open your own charts and watch candles, and then try to formulate how they're moving. When you have big candles, always look at the big candles. Look at the big candles and ask yourself, how could I have had a trade in this big candle? Because that was a really nice candle, and just that. When you start focusing on how could you have taken trades on big candles, your trades are only going to last for like 15 minutes tops. 15 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're going to be done for the day. You know, like people have this habit of like sitting on the charts all day and looking at charts when there's no volume in the market. Man, everybody does that. Trust me, 90% people do that all day, every day. And that's why the majority fail. I was talking to someone yesterday, and they were talking about how they got influenced by a group of people. They got influenced by a group of people to take the wrong trade. They had the right idea of a trade, and they did not execute on that right idea because this majority of the people, they took an opposite trade, and they're like, man, like all these people, they must be right. They must be right, so I'm going to follow this. And that was a losing trade. And I told them, well, listen, bro, um, majority people fail. you know, if 90% people fail, there's no reason for you to follow what the 90% is doing. There's no reason to follow what the majority is doing. Just do what you think is right, and majority of the time you're going to be right. Because I believe everyone can have profitable trades. If you're in these buys, that's awesome. Give a like on the stream because I was in the buys too, so we're like twinsies. So basically, I think everyone can win. The only problem is that you follow what other people say. You basically don't manage risk. You overtrade, over risk, and that's it. If you cut that out, man, everyone here in the stream, we have what, 2,200 people, 2,200 here, and like 200 here in Zoom. Everyone's profitable. It's just that you overtrade and you over risk, and it holds you back. That's the only thing. If you have a $100 account or a $200 account, you have the ability to make $10 a day, or maybe $5 a day. $5 a day over 5 days is $25 a week. $25 over a month is $100. $100 a month, man, on like a $400 account, $300 account. That's pretty good. Then think about where that's going to be in the next 4 months. Maybe that $100 a month becomes $400 in 4 months. Wow, man, look, now you're making $400 a month. In a year, that becomes 4,000. Man, trust me, from 5,000 to 10,000 is hard, right? It's pretty hard. From 10 to 15,000 is really easy. It's really easy. Then 15 to 50 is hard. Then after 50, it gets a little bit easier, right? But it's just those initial steps, and it takes about a year. It just takes 1 year. That's it. Just 1 year. Look for the same moves and you'll be successful. The previous area where support held is the exact move that's happening now. The market repeats. Yeah, exactly. And the market repeats everything every day because, 90% people do the same shit every day. They lose every day and the same mistakes. So that's why the market does the same thing. So when someone asked me, is the market going to go away one day? I was like, no, man, it's not going to go away. Because till we have majority people losing, it's never going away. It's staying right where it's at. As we see, gold is very bullish. We can see that. Pips in the next candle is a lot. Yes, sir. We can call this pullback. Pullback is happening here. Entry be above this candle where, yeah, I think you can also have an entry if price forms a support on gold, right? If we start forming support on gold in this area, in this vicinity around 1799, 1800, you can have a move continuing back up to 1803. And then when you can have a runner, that runner can basically continue moving up. MT4 or MT5, which one will you recommend? Well, let me ask you this question. Would you drive a Honda Civic or would you drive a S-Class? You drive an S-Class, right? MT5. Hi Raja, when you first started out and started being profitable, did you also start with small loss? Oh yeah, man. Like my first account was $700. You know, I was doing like 10-cent lots, 10-cent lots, and that's back when I didn't know about risk. So when I ran my account from 700 to like 1400, I started dropping one lots. I was like, oh, I can now drop one lots. It's allowing me to drop one lots. Perfect.
I wish Roger would have recorded his old trades. If you guys scroll down his Instagram, you'll see what he's talking about with risk management. Like I told you, he came a long way. Roger used to stack trades on his phone and he used to close them out like in a matter of seconds. Like scroll down his Instagram, it's there.
There's a video of it too. I'll post that video today. Just have a joint in my hand and I'm closing trades at the same time.
Yeah.
Ta, 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 ta.
I didn't know how he did it, but he did it.
Where'd you get the 134 to 750 level? Oh, right over here. I got this level right over here on this time frame right here. Support, right? Price came down, formed support, boom, up. Price broke down, formed like a minor resistance. If a resistance is formed at the same time where there was support formed, and if price closes above it, then it becomes a fake out. So that's where I got that level from.
So I moved my stop for the 15 minutes above the previous 15-minute candle rather than below. So if it stops me out, then this trade will be just a little bit more than commission.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Have you heard about Dogecoin? No, but I'm going to dodge that coin 100%. Wow, that was a very nice wick fill. Mostly when wick fills happen, those are great opportunities to secure profits. Because wick fills are basically resistances on smaller time frames. Let's suppose that this was a 4-hour time frame. Okay, I'm just supposing it's a 4-hour time frame. Okay, I don't want anyone to come at me. Let's suppose this is a 4-hour time frame. If you go to the 15-minute, we're supposing this is the 15-minute time frame. There was a resistance formed, all this consolidation, and price started to come down. So most of the times when there are wick fills, those are like your resistances or supports. Right down over here too. We had a wick, price came down to fill the wick, and if you go down to 15-minute time frame, we're supposing this is the 15-minute, so it kind of like came down, and see, this is where it closed, right? 5:30. Look at the time at the bottom. This is where it closed. This is where the second one started, and then went back up. Ooh, Messi and Ronaldo. The only reason I like Messi better because he's short. That's the only thing I know about him. So like, short guys have feelings too, man. Don't you think gold will pull back to 1786? Well, if it can break below 1799, then it has to break below 1792, and then it has to go all the way down to 1786, right? And yeah, 1786 right here. So, I mean, when people ask those questions, I just kind of like laugh at those questions. I know it sounds mean that I'm saying I laugh at those questions, but they're laughable questions, right? I mean, you had this strong zone 1786, which price had to break. And then price made a strong support at 1792. And that 1792, not even 1790, yeah, 1792 is like 80 pips away, $8 away. And below 1792, you have 1786, which is another, $6, $7 away. So why think about if price is going to come down to 1786 or not? Why not think about where price is right now, right? I mean, let's just use our brains, guys. Why not think about what's happening currently rather than what could happen maybe in the next week or 2 weeks? I mean, you just gotta change your perspective. Learn to live in the present. Most people live in the future, and the future is like, oh, I'll have a big house, I'll have a car, I'll retire my family. I mean, those are dreams, man, and everyone has dreams. It's a good thing to have dreams, but not all dreams come true if you just stay in the dreamland. You gotta stay in the present. You gotta focus on what can I do right over here. If price is going to form support, can I take a buy? If price is going to break support, can I take a sell? That's something you should be looking at rather than, oh, what's going to happen in next week or 2 weeks later. So yeah, it's just stay very relative to where you are, what's happening. You know, some people go through hard times and they start looking at, oh, what's going to happen now? This is going to happen, that's going to happen. You stop thinking about what you can control in the present. You know, when you go through bad times, there are a lot of things you can control in the present. You know, you can control your feelings, emotions, you can, I mean, someone's saying meditate, you can meditate if it helps you, you know. Staying in the present is the most important. So trading is a lot about life too. So this is where the 15-minute candle has closed. The 30-minute candle is also closed here. 15-minute candle is closing bullish above this minor resistance. I mean, if it's going to continue moving up, it needs to respect this previous low, make a higher low, and then continue moving up, make another higher high somewhere over here. Because that's how, you know, things go up. They make higher highs and higher lows. I trade with the soccer ball on the desk, Raja. It helps a lot. Yeah, that's pretty good, Messi. Um, Pretty good. I bet you watch your videos too. What's the gold spread? Gold spread is, let's see here, 2 pips, 2.5. Actually, it's refreshing. It's actually, yeah, 2.5. 2.5, 3 pips, 3.1. All right, let's take a look at this analysis. This is coming straight from the Gulag. This is UJ 30-minute chart. Entering if 30-minute closes above resistance. Yeah, that's good. That's good. I think if you have a candle closing above this yellow area you still have opportunity to come up here, right? If you get a candle closing above your yellow area, there's a possibility price will break up above this resistance, because if you're thinking about there's going to be volume in the market, and that volume is going to come through NY Open in 30 minutes. All right, so you can expect that volume to break that high. And if you look on GPJPY, you know, we're continuing moving up here. And I think now we should reach the target at 134,960. You know, I mean, it's right there. What's stopping it? We're moving in pre-New York. Volume is coming in NY session. So with the New York Open basically, so we should continue up towards 134,960.
Yeah.
Wow, man, people sending the same thing over and over again. I see GJ hitting 136.25 within a day. Yeah, that could happen. That could very well happen here. So if this is the 4-hour and the 4-hour is rejecting this area down over here, then we should continue up towards, you know, 135. Oh yeah, 136 is way too far away. It's way over there. But you know, never say never with GJ. You never know. Looking on the 1 hour, the next consolidation area we have is around here, 135, 135.050, an area over there. And I mean, even if you look at the 1 hour now, look, 1 hour has filled the wick here again. Came down and continued to go back up. All it took was just waiting. 2 hour looking interesting. See, now you're going into more detail when you talk about like 2 hour candles and like 45-minute candles. That's just going in way too many detail. What's your average holding period? My average holding period is like 10 minutes. I'd say like 7 minutes. I had 2 positions on buys, and that trade lasted not that long. I actually opened it at 37 and closed it at 53. So it was like 13 minutes. 13 minutes. I made about $673 today. Took two losses yesterday in the Asian session too. Those are very small losses. Pretty good day, $600. Very nice. Boris Johnson speak, hope GJ up, up, up. Yeah, I guess if Boris Johnson talks about, opening up the economy and we got to open up soon, we got to. The thing is, London, it it thrives on tourism. That's the whole thing. Tourism, it thrives on tourism, and no one's going there, especially me. I can't go there to spend money now, and I guess that's why the economy is hurting. So they got to open that. They got to open that up. Oh, Brazilian favela. I've seen a lot of videos on the favela gangs. What's this? GJ 2 hour. Oh, this is perfect. This is very nice. Candle closed back in the range. Took a buy over here. This is awesome. I guess at this point you can probably move your stops to break even as well. It's pretty good. I didn't cut my losses shorter and still in negative for today, but I feel good. I took profits on these winning buys. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Are you going to spend the 600 you won today in the UK? Yes. I'll buy dinner to everyone who comes and sees me. Sean Lee said you shouldn't go in London. You know what? Even if I do go there, absolutely nothing's gonna happen. No one's gonna do anything. Nothing. So this is how it is. But if it does happen, then that means the live streams are gonna end. So I mean that's gonna be the end of Raja. So if you see me in the live streams before me going there, then there's a chance that might be the last time you see me, man. You get to wait for the same confirmation in gold as GJ. Yeah, for sure. I mean, probably not. Probably you want to see a break above 1803 because there was no confirmation. I think the only confirmation you can look at is on the 15 minute. Let's measure this range. It's like a 14 pip range, could still work. Quick question. Why traders on Instagram don't show their profits? Because probably they don't make those same profits. Just a kid that made some money, but he's so bad man. Quick question. Oh, okay. All right, no more questions. How much do you risk per trade? On these trades, I risked around like 1%. Let's take a look at this chart. This chart is GJ 30 minute. Entered on the break of the 50. Oh man. This is such a bad entry, man. Such a bad entry. This is buying at the top, expecting price to go up. Yeah, that's bad entry. That's super bad. At least it should have been over here. Then your stop should have been right over here. This is another, I mean, it could go up. I'm not saying it's not going to go up. It could go up because the things are bullish here and you have opportunity to maybe come up over here. But for future reference, whenever price is going up, just don't buy as it's moving up because now it's moved too up, right? It's moved too bullish. And the same way if price is moving down, it's still very risky to take. It's like taking a sell right down over here, expecting price to continue dropping after it has already dropped, right? So you have to look to see how often is that going to happen. You know, what's the probability of that happening all the time? It's very low. It does happen, but it's very low.
Like you want price to form or support before you
Yeah,
take those buys. Yeah.
yeah. And if you look over here, price has actually reached the target we defined earlier on in the morning here. You know,
All
we're
right.
reaching
Closing
134,
out.
970, 960. Beautiful. Yeah, this is where you should be like maybe securing profits up over there because this is the area where that moved into. So guys, if you guys took this trade, you know, like if you guys won the trade, actually give a like on the stream. And this is another example of stress-free scamming. Scamming everybody every day, taking profitable trades and winning entries. Well, not winning entries, but like profitable trades.
You had
With
two entries opportunities if you missed the buys at the beginning.
yeah, with Jesus Alvarez. Um, so basically, your stop losses just protect you from any spike, and you will stay in front of the chart if price comes back to your entry and manage your risk, right? Yes. Yes. When price goes in drawdown, I'm watching it. I'm watching it like a hawk. I'm watching it and I'm like, okay, it's coming. It's bringing me in a drawdown. Where can I maybe manage my drawdown? Someone donated $5 here. Thank you so much. Let me buy you a coffee and thanks for all your help tips. And where do you get coffee, Tim Hortons? One day I will be able to buy you a Wagyu steak dinner.
God damn.
100%. Tell me where you live, and next time we're there, we'll call you. And then Brian's gonna see, oh shit, all of them are here. Time to put my phone on silent. All these guys are. Yeah, man. Thank you. Appreciate it. YouTube actually, when you donate money on YouTube here on the chat, YouTube actually sends that money to a not to some non-profit fund or whatever. Trade called. It was GJ buys. We called GJ buys today. I think it's safe to say we called it GJ buys, and GJ buys worked out perfectly.
Everyone got scammed again.
Yeah, if someone was in cells here, I hope, I encouraged you and supported you to get out of those cells because, you know, it turned out very bad because the drawdown was pretty big. Who's your breaker on US 30 trading view? Oh, I don't know. I just type US 30 and then whatever one comes up first. Yeah, that one. First one. I'm saving up for microfluidity, unlearn and relearn package. I'll be there soon. I think when you're saving up for the mentorship, just save up 4 times the amount because you'll need some money to trade with, right? So yeah, it's pretty good. How much did you earn when you had 3,000 account? Maybe like $100, $100 a day, $100, $80, $100 to $80. I think that's a pretty good target.
See, once you learn how to manage your risk, it doesn't matter the account size.
That's true. Do you know Raphael Palmdale? He shows millions in profit on YouTube and Instagram. All right, let's do some myth busting over here. Who you gonna call? Myth busters. There could be a chance that I'm blocked on his profile. Let's take a look here. Oh,
He
this.
blocked you ahead of time.
80% chance.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh yeah, I've seen this guy on YouTube. Um, there's a 99% chance this is not all real. 99% chance this is not all real. Oh, I used to get his ads on my Instagram. I remember. I messaged him too. I remember I messaged him and one of the accounts he showed. Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, look at this. How I made this is his trading Dow Jones trading. Look at all these losses. No one in their right mind does that. No one in their right mind does that. You got what? Negative 44,000 in each position? It's impossible, man. It's impossible. Now someone's gonna say, "Oh yeah, you're just hating. This is real." For sure, go talk to him then. But this is not happening, man. Ooh, we're reaching 135. Wow, what is it? Is it a special day today? It's only happening because of mango power. I ate mango in the morning, and mango gave us powers that price is gonna go to 135 again. If you look over,
Crazy, no?
mango power. Oh wow, man. So this is part two of stress-free trading. Prices reached 135 here as we expected. So stress-free scamming again today with Raja Banks and team and Mango Power. Thank you, thank you.
Brought to you by the sweetest mango from India.
Honestly, no man, Pakistan. India,
Oh,
India wishes they have mangoes like us, bro.
I knew I will trigger with that.
India wishes they have mangoes like us. The soil, the thing is, the soil in India is not that potent to grow good mangoes. That's the whole thing. As you cross the border and you walk into Pakistan, the soil gets amazing. The perfect place to grow mangoes. So, India got.
That's why people grow. That's why people grow more in Pakistan than India.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Pakistanis are taller, stronger, and much bigger.
I would like to add something here. Not only mangoes, but mandarins. Pakistan is the leading in Asia, and the special basmati rice. I belong to that area, Narwal, and it is the top area in the world for the basmati rice.
Yeah, rice is pretty good too.
Wait a second. This just got a lot better.
Okay, perfect. So again, I guess someone if they're holding a trade right over here till now, I mean, you should just start securing profits at this point. That fake out was perfect.
Oh, I was about to ask you on gold because the 15-minute just closed with no wick at the top and closing just as resistance. Because I have an entry 1801. 0.40. I was about to close that because of the weekly, the 15-minute candle without the wick. But man, this new 15-minute is about to break that resistance.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to hold a little bit more.
Oh, nice.
And wait for New Year open. We may get another push.
There's a little bit of an echo I'm hearing, like when you're.
Yeah, I'm on my car. But actually, I'm driving. I'm talking on my iPad.
Oh.
Sorry about that, man.
Okay. Just made 25% gain in my account, and this is the second day of watching. Oh wow, man! People making free money, and then people get mad when I say I'm going to charge $10 a month for this. Maybe $1. I'll see. We'll see what happens.
When does it start? Next week?
No, when we hit when we start getting 5,000 viewers a day, I think that's good. That's when it's going to start. Like right now we're at 2,100, so maybe in another 2 years, like a year and a half.
Give time for you guys to be profitable.
Yeah, because I think by that time, everyone who's in the stream today, they'll be profitable by then. And then they can tell everyone else, oh man, listen, come to the stream, man. It's amazing. So that's going to be word of mouth. Yeah. Yeah, I think we give a lot to the community. Time to take something back. I'm just joking. Someone's gonna take this seriously. Um, what's the next target for gold? I don't know, 1900? Let's take a look here. Let's take a look here and go towards our monthly chart. All right, so we've cleared the wicks here to the left. The max target is now 1922. And this was reached back in, oh, wow, September 11th. September 11th, Kwan,
I noticed.
when that happened, and gold fell. I mean, people who were trading, they would have thought that gold's going to go up, right? But it fell. That's pretty interesting. Maybe I should ask someone who knows more about this. That's insane.
I'm trying to think what happened right there. Obama was in the office 09, 2
no, but
years
like
after.
it's 9/11 when the attack happened on the towers.
Yeah, but that's 9/11 happened 2002 or
2001.
2001, or something like
Yeah,
that.
it was
Oh,
2001.
oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so stupid. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you're Canadian, man. You're
Yeah.
not entitled to the history.
I'm not supposed to remember that either anyway.
Yeah, you're not entitled to the history.
Honestly, GJ is not a buy today. Well, okay then. I guess that move came out of nowhere. What I can tell you is it wasn't a sell 100%. That's what we identified earlier on. That once it closes above here, it's not a sell at all. It's coming up towards this area here. GJ might hit 136 today. I don't think so. It's going to hit 136 today because you have to look at it logically, right? Look how it has ranged. It started from 134,579. It went all the way up towards 134,289. It has already moved 71 pips, right? For 136 to happen, it will have to move another. What's this? It will have to move another from 135,299 till 136 right here. It'll have to move another 70 pips. So this will be a huge move if it does that, because if we measure from 136 all the way down over here, this will be like a 140 pip move. I think that can only come with like strong Brexit news or some strong optimism on corona vaccine developing and economies opening back up again. That's how it's going to happen. But with regular market movement, that's probably not going to happen at all. Hey brother, I just received my magic keys and I have watched your setup video and it is connected properly, but I keep getting an error when it comes to the open the trade button. You know what? I've gotten these messages so many times. Hey bro, magic keys button's not working. When you download the software, you get a folder, right? You get a folder. In that folder, you have a file. One file is the software. There's another file, it's the troubleshooting guide. So when you get the troubleshooting guide, when something's not working, I think it's very logical that you're going to go to the troubleshooting guide and you're going to open it and you're going to try to see if something you can find in there, and you 100% find something in there and it works. And I mean, yeah, just read the troubleshooting guide. What do you think? Yeah, readme file. Oh wow, man, GJ, looks like we're gonna continue moving bullish here. 135, 200. Taking a buy here I don't think it'll be a good idea taking a buy at the top. We had a person who took a buy down over here. I think if you held. Did you hold? Nick was it, right? Nick. Hope Nick held. When I'm a trend trader from Australia and I trade with you in Monty every day. However, I'm struggling to find trades in this range sideways market. How do I find better trades? AUD USD all the way from Australia. Let's take a look at this. Since you didn't send a chart, I'm just gonna open it. Normally I don't open it. So I mean, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think you need to send a chart first. You need to send a chart on what you're seeing.
That price action to the left looks horrible.
On here?
No, AU.
Oh, AUD
AU pair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
That
why
looks.
I want to see the person's chart, so I know what he's looking at. What I can see is that this area here.
It's finally breaking out.
Yeah, maybe some issues in this area here. Let's go to the 30 minute. Man, I had a buy from 132,680. Ooh, but my runner got stopped out. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would have been a massive, massive, massive move.
Brother, your runner got stopped out by 2.5 pips.
My runner got stopped out by 2.5 pips. That's correct. That is correct. Or I would have been up almost 30 pips by now. It's just flying. I mean, we were on the money here today. We were on the money here today. Can you explain why that 750 level is important? I overlooked the importance of level in London. Is it because that's the daily one? No, that's not the D1 from 3 days ago. I don't use these terms, D1, P1. Someone asked me about pivot points too. I was like, what the fuck is that, pivot points? The only thing I saw was this support right here. You know, oh, D1 is daily. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure about that. But I looked at this support right over here. I opened my charts in the morning. I looked at this support and I looked at candle breaking down, going down, making a low, right? So in my mind, I was thinking that, okay, perfect. Since we've broken that support, it's very simple, right? I'm just looking at this time frame. Broke that support, it made a low. I was like, okay, how big is this range? I saw this is a 20 pip range. I was like, perfect. All I would need to see is a resistance forming in this area so I can take a sell and have a winning sell trade. That's all what I thought about. You know, then I'm like, okay, you know, for that to happen, I'll need to wait for the 15-minute candle here. So I looked at the 15-minute. When the 30-minute closed bearish, this was the close of the 30-minute candle. The 15-minute candle closed bullish. So I was like, okay, perfect. 15-minute candle closed bullish. It has no wick at the bottom. This means there's no range for next candle to go down. So now notice how the story is changing from the support to the left down to what's happening in the present right now. So then I started thinking that, okay, I'll take sells once the 15-minute candle breaks the low over here. So then I'm confident in taking sells, right? So then I was waiting, you know, then I was waiting and I was like, okay, now obviously, you know, when you're looking at a chart, a mature trader is not only going to look at sells, but they're also going to look at buys too. So then I started to think about that, okay, what would make this price go up? You know, obviously I want to break below the 15-minute to take a sell to go down, but then I also thought about that, okay, since this is support and price is creating resistance here, if this candle breaks the high of the previous candle, then there's a very high chance this move down would be a fake out and we can continue moving up. And sells didn't formulate, price broke the high over here. I took a buy and I took profits here and price did a retest, stopped me out and continued moving up. That's all what I looked at. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You know, so now I'm going to go to the daily and I'm going to see if the zone matches up with the daily as well. So let's see here. With the daily, it doesn't matches with anything on the daily. On the 4 hour, not much. You know, on the 1 hour, yeah, kind of like a rejection over here. On the 30-minute, perfect. You know, because now you see the detail. You know, this is mango power. This is only because it's these $40 mangoes. Yeah, so once you come on these streams, you not only learn to increase your accounts, you not only learn to increase your confidence, but you also learn to increase your, the way you look at charts, the way you read price action. It's very, very important. So if you follow these methods, you'll be successfully be able to scam the markets every day, and you're gonna get very fluid in scamming. Let me tell you this. When you leave a runner, do you just let it hit TP or break even? Break even. Um, it it hit me at break even basically. So like when you look at the high time frames, you can't really tell what's happening, right? Looking at this, but when you go to smaller time frames, on the smaller time frames, man, you see a lot of detail. You see a lot of things happening here. You got a competitor. Oh, you got a competitor, TY, doing 10-hour Forex live stream challenge. Well, if TY is doing a 10-hour live stream challenge, good on him. I got shit to do in my day. I can't sit around for 10 hours just to do a challenge. I got things to do. I mean, what are they going to do? Just look at candles when the market's dead? Sure. I think when you spend more than 4 hours on the charts or more than like 5 hours, I mean, people come to trading to have independence of time, right? And when you're spending time on the charts like 4 hours, 5 hours, you don't have independence of time. You're just slave to the charts. Where's that independence of time? Oh, I'm a trader. I have all the time in the world. No, man, you're a slave to the charts. You're on the charts all day long. And it doesn't, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just, I used to do that too, and it took me a long time to really understand that part. And when I did, man, it's powerful. It's really powerful because I know if I'm going to lose a trade in my 3 hours here, 2 hours here, then I know, what I'm going to do? I'm going to come back the next day. Oh, nice, nice. Thank you, TY. TY, if you're listening to this, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. All right, let's take a look at this chart. Honestly, me streaming every morning I do this every day anyway, so why not just stream it, right? What's this? AUD USD, 6-time retested 1-hour resistance line. I'm thinking of a buy if 1 hour closes above it. Yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. And then your first stop is going to be right over here. I think you could get that stop. So you'd want to see like some sort of a retest happening here, because we've broken above this area. So now see what I was talking about earlier, that if price is rejecting a higher time frame zone, a support, it's going to break a smaller time frame resistance. So that's what happened here. Broke a small time frame resistance over here and over here. So AUD USD, same shit, different pair. You got like a minor resistance here. We broke above a higher time frame resistance here, which was held for a long time. And if it does come for a retest, if it forms like a support, then we're going to definitely break this minor time frame zone here and continue to go up. But if price closes back in the zone, then obviously this move up will be a fake out. So I mean, that's something to look out for. In what scenario would you take profits early rather than sticking to your 10 pips? I won't. It will hit me at break even. I will not take profits early. Sometimes, price comes into a zone and it seems like it's rejecting the zone and it has already moved like 7 pips and it's in that rejection zone, then I'm going to take profits early. Because then at that point, I have no idea whether price is going to keep on going through the zone or it's going to reject the zone. It's something that happened yesterday on GPJPY when we took buys. I think it was right here, right? Yeah, it was right over here. Price came up over here, price came into this zone here, right over here. So this is where I took profits because I didn't know whether price will reject it or go right through it. But obviously it went right through it. Hey, can you tell what's the reason for markets ranging like Euro USD today? Yeah, no range. Probably no volume. Probably no volume. That's why they're ranging. Euro USD. Let's take a look here. Yeah, low volume. Your JPY is ranging as well. Let's take a look at your JPY. Yeah, it's still ranging. Lost today, but is going to remain disciplined and not overtrade. Dissolve is tomorrow. Up 9% on my account this month since watching your stream. Just gave you a like. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you, thank you. You gave me a like. What you think about entering trade in 1 minute time frame? I think that's I wouldn't recommend that. I don't do that either. The thing about entering on like smaller time frames is that if you're entering on smaller time frames, um, you will find a lot of setups on smaller time frames, right? And not every setup is going to be a good setup. That's the thing, because you're going to get a lot of quantities of setup, but the quality is not going to be there. Which is why people say that smaller got a mango here stuck. That a smaller time frame, it's not that strong. Like, the confirmations on the small time frames are not that strong at all, because it's a weak confirmation time frame. And because if you look on the 15-minute or the 5-minute, you will get a lot of setups, you will get a lot of confirmations of specific setups, but the probability of them working out is not going to be there as they're going to be on the higher time frame, like the 30-minute or the 1 hour. Right? Which is why it's really important to wait for confirmations on, let's say, a 30-minute time frame or a 1 hour time frame if you're trading the 4 hour, or the 4 hour time frame if you're trading the daily or the weekly, because those confirmations are going to be stronger confirmations. Now, the number of trades may not be there, but the quality of trades is going to be there. It's something like when you buy something from China, right? You buy it very cheap in bulk, but the quality is not there. Same thing you buy from, let's say, Finland, Sweden, Canada, England. The quantity is less, price is high, but the quality is also high. So that's the reason I don't really focus on smaller time frames. What is order flow? I have no idea. I may have an idea, but I don't know what order flow is. I mean, if price is moving up here, maybe the order flow was bullish. If price forms a support, then you can say order flow is up. Anyway, we can know the volume without watching the chart? No, you can't. You can't. You cannot. When you look at these candles, look at this big candle. This is high volume. Really, really high volume. Look at this candle. High volume, low volume and bearish. The thing about volume indicators are going to tell you how much volume was there after the candle closed. Right? It's not going to tell you how much volume is in the current candle. It's going to tell you how much volume was there in the previous candle. So, I mean, think about it. You want to know whether price will go up or price will go down, right? How many things do you need on the chart to tell you that? Just think about that small thing, right? How many things do you need on the chart to tell you whether price will go up or down? All right, this is red line stop loss. Okay, looks good. This is your entry here. Very good. Good trade. Ooh, runner running 30 pips. Very nice. This is GP CAD 1 hour chart. This candle is, I guess, closing above the support. Pretty good. Should reach up over here, this top resistance here. So you mean every indicator shows previous information? Yes. The only thing we can see for current candle is only yes. All indicators, they show you past information, which has already happened. You need to get good at reading candles, price action, waiting, especially waiting, because if you're trying to take a buy on this candle, once it's moving bearish, I think that's a very dumbass buy. You can't take that buy because there's no confirmation for buys. We reached, this area right over here and kind of like rejecting it now. So, I mean, maybe if you want to take a buy, you want to wait for some sort of a support to be formed to take a buy. Pointing to a big candle doesn't necessarily mean high volume. You can have a tiny candle and shitloads of volume. Large candle just shows the imbalance between buyers and sellers, not about volume. Well, there you go. Leon Matthew has something that works for him, and I have something that works for me. Now I'm not going to argue because some things work for him and some things work for me. So that's the beauty about Forex. Different things work for different people. But how are the sellers getting the idea to sell since it's so bearish? Clearly, other people see some confirmations, no? For selling, I mean, if you see a confirmation to sell, I don't see a confirmation to sell. One candle doesn't mean it's a sell. I mean, it's not even a buy now because, candle is bullish. It's in this range over here. It's in this area. I think this is a good area here. This range here between 135.070 and 134.880. Who knows? Let's see where it forms. Wherever this price forms support, that's going to be the bottom of the range. I was too conservative. Took 3 buys but closed them at +3 to -5 pips based on 5 minutes, but price ended up going up. Sometimes holding becomes tough. Sometimes holding becomes tough because you look at the smaller time frames and you let small time frames influence your decisions. Does Magic Keys work with Mac? Yes. I didn't really check if it does. I'm supposed to get mine today. Yes, it does. I agree, but you need to have parallels running. And it's amazing how you never check the compatibility before buying. That's pretty interesting. But you need to have parallels running or some sort of a virtual windows running on it. I agree what you're saying about confirmations on high time frame being important. However, I rarely see you wait for them due to the way you feel GJ moves. Yes, I've been trading GJ for the last 3 years, every day, every morning. So there's some sort of a unspoken oath me and GJ have together. Sometimes it does retests, sometimes it doesn't do retests. Most times it doesn't do retests. What you say just now, small time frames influence you to close trade early. How can I close with small losses? Sojike, I think that's how you pronounce your name. There's a webinar in the database on losses that tells you all about. Also, like if you watch the unlearn relearn section, there's a section on risk management 2.0, risk management 3.0. That whole section is based on how to close with small losses. I work at a hedge fund. We put on your stream and read the comments for a good laugh sometimes. We're all we're all working from home right now. That's hilarious. Oh man. Since I found your stream, I've stopped over trading, and then I found Monty and Paul, and now my mental is back. I will be joined. Oh, nice, very nice. Do you think I just watch one pair even in Asian session? Yes. If 30-minute ends below 135, would you say it's bearish? No, it's in a range. So there's no trade right now. That's what I mean. It's in a range, which means there's no trade because we've encountered a resistance here. I'm probably going to leave in like 15 minutes. I have some stuff to do today. Do you trade mango commodity? I think they're going bullish so far. Let's take a look here. Can we search mangoes? Mango, excellent. Mango. No, they don't have mango. No, they don't have mango here. Is focusing on a few pairs or diversifying your charts better? Focusing on a few pairs is much better. Any opinion on some cryptos moving like crazy these days? Don't know, don't care. Glad I found your Instagram and YouTube. Oh, very nice, man. Welcome. Welcome to the best Forex stream in the world. I can hands down tell everybody this is the best Forex stream in the world. There's nothing like this. When Raja says database, does he mean the market fluidity teachable? Yes, teachable. That's it. That's the database. Ooh, please may I ask for some advice on an EN trade I'm in currently? All right, I like advices. I like giving advices. Okay, EN. Entered when price created the new minor resistance. Okay, price created a top wick. Okay. closed 80% right here. Okay. Do you think it would have been better to have waited for TP1 before taking a sell? No, I think it's pretty good. You took it aggressively, but you made it work. The candles were making lower highs, lower low, leaving my stop loss. It was if you leave your stop loss at the position it is at right now, there's a high chance it's going to get stopped out. Probably it's going to get stopped out now. But yeah, I mean, if you look on the 15 minute, if it's creating like a minor resistance, then it can continue moving down. But if it doesn't, then it's just ranging. Why aren't you interested in crypto? Because I'm not. I think the future of crypto is too far away. It's too early to get excited about. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's way too early to get excited about crypto. Buy a scenario after the bearish candle, make a support, then bullish candle, break bearish candle. Yeah, I think if you can form a support somewhere in this vicinity, I think we have more upside towards 135, 200. People who come here to click on dislike, I don't get how you view things like greater number of people are happy winning trades. Yeah, that's true. I mean, sometimes it happens. Yesterday we had more people hit the dislike, and today we have less people hit the dislike. But it's still good because that shows YouTube there's engagement on the channel. That's what it shows YouTube. So that also helps. I just found your stream for the first time. So far, super interesting. Can you point me to your material or website? Where do you access the database you speak of? I'm starting out trading. Where Furry Boffin, the way you found this stream, I'm sure the Forex gods are going to guide you in the right direction to find everything else as well. Do you think toilet paper will be worth more than gold in future? Well, if these viruses keep on hitting and people keep getting dumber and dumber, toilet paper price will go up. Because think about it, people bought toilet paper and not food. So if they're not buying much food, how are they going to use the toilet paper? Why do you think I could grow a demo account starting from 3,000 to 13,000 and my live account with 300? I can barely win some trades. I think you got to look at the 300-pound account and you have to see if you are over trading or over risking or what are you doing. 100% you're doing one of those two things. Wow, man, a lot of intelligent questions coming here today. Market is ranging as well, so I don't mind answering questions. I look for confirmations on high time frames on key areas, then enter on 1 minute time frame. Looks good. I don't understand why people click the dislike. Oh, I don't know. Bro, where do I send my chart? I've been watching forever, but never had the confidence to send a chart, so I never knew about how to do it. Well, I guess you really need to work on reading. If you read the description, man, this is the thing. People don't read descriptions. It's like going to a restaurant and not reading the sign, whether it's a normal human being restaurant or is it a vegan restaurant. Does it make sense?
Normal human being restaurant.
Yeah, or like a vegan restaurant. You know, you go to a vegan restaurant, you can get those vegan meat burgers.
Oh, you just offended like 10,000 people.
Man, if you really want a vegan meat burger, get a real meat burger. It doesn't make sense.
Sorry, this is a vegan restaurant. It's not for real people.
You can go across the street, sir. Sorry.
Oh, man. That's good.
What's this? If this candle closes bearish, showing resistance has formed, next candle would be considered good short. Ooh, good shorts. This is support right here. I think this is a range. It's an 18 pip range. It'll get very risky. I might be one to look at, like a support forming here to move up, because the 4 hour is also coming to a close and it's closing bullish. Oh, price broke out of resistance during the London session, created a high, possible problem area on the way back up. Okay, yeah, this looks good. For buys, yep, it looks good. Theoretically, technically it looks perfect. Yeah, for GJ cells, I mean, you have an area over here which it will need to break to continue down, I think. If you look on the 4 hour, 4 hours closing bullish, 1 hour is closing bearish, whatever. You know, but overall, man, like I think price will continue down, make a like a support, and then continue going up because we had a big fake out here to the downside. Thank you, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. How do you feel about Aunt Jemima being taken off the syrup? Don't know, don't care. No idea why they're attacking Aunt Jemima. I mean, that was a good syrup. I'm here. I'm new here. What was that about Magic Keys, mate? There's a website there. There's also a link in my description, so you can go through there. I would love to start. Just have no idea how to keep up and what type of websites to use. Have you got advice? So you would need forexfactory.com. This is where you get all the news, right? You do that, you get all the news over here. And yeah, that's about it. And oh yeah, so another really good website is babypips.com. Really, really good website. When I first started, I started from babypips.com and I started from how to trade Forex. I was new, so I wanted to know how to trade Forex, and to me, this seemed like a really good start. You know, because it said, "Welcome, are you new?" I was like, "Yes," and then my journey started. Anyone who watches the stream consistently knows that if you are easily offended, you won't last long in the gulag. Yes, that's true. If you see this, you think it's possible to go through another example of when you mentioned if price rejects a higher time frame on support? Yeah, I think another good example is going to be from yesterday. If you look over here, let me just draw this line down over here. Let's go to the 4 hour. Yeah, so this is a much better example. So see this 4 hour. This 4 hour was formed yesterday after the Asian Open. We formed a 4 hour support, and then we had 4 hour resistance up over here at 134,570, right? So we have a support, we have resistance. Now, if you keep in mind this middle zone here, this area right over here, this is 134,415. We go to the smaller time frame, and this area, let's look at the 15-minute time frame. Perfect. So this was a minor resistance right over here, which price had to break. So we broke this minor resistance. So yeah, price bounces off a high time frame and breaks a small time frame zone. Like I'm still working on this, you know, this idea was introduced to me like a couple of years ago, kind of like kept it away, but now it's coming back to me.
US 30 today. I think we're in the same boat that we were in yesterday. So if you listen to my commentary yesterday about US 30, we don't have a big enough shift in the pre-market data to have anything really, I guess, quote unquote, pop off. If you look at US 30 and you look at the history of US 30, any big moves that have happened with US 30, there's always been a catalyst behind it. And like I said earlier or yesterday in previous instances, when the pre-market data is very lopsided, so we have, as an example, like minus 400 points or plus 400 points, that usually gives us a good indication that there's going to be some heavy movement. If you look right now, US 30 is like minus or plus 30 points. So you can see based on what's happening, even on the hourly, we're ranging back and forth. So my suggestion is just be very cautious working with US 30 if you are looking at it. Today for me, there's probably not going to be any trades. I don't like the way that this is sort of setting up or moving. And I don't know what the catalyst will be for the market moving today. So you might find that it'll be very difficult for you to catch, I guess, a trend on the smaller time frame. So there's a caution associated with it. Originally, last night I was looking at it to drop to about 25,700. I was watching it last night at around 11 o'clock Eastern. And I was looking for it to drop all the way down to 25,700. The issue I have, once again, and this is something obviously we keep in the back of our mind, is the Fed can come in at any time and do an injection or a surplus or a stimulus for the US economy, and that will drive US 30 all the way back up to like 26,300. So you have to be very cautious shorting US 30. I would love to short US 30. I don't believe the US economy is built on anything other than just, smoke and mirror right now. So when we look at what's happening in the US and we look at, all the cases of the virus and all this other stuff and the fact that they've dumped all that money into the economy, we have reason to believe that we should be shorting this down to like 22,000, 21,000. But the Fed keeps pumping money in, so we don't have an efficient market. We have an inefficient market because there's government intervention. So I'd be very cautious trying to short US 30. At this point, I'd be probably looking to see if we can get buys, but we're stuck between a range between 25,860 and like 26,000. So just be very cautious, especially if you do decide to take buys and you end up coming around 25,960. There's a huge zone right there. Rakeel's sort of mapped it out there on the chart. That could easily reject hard right away and going down. So ideally, if we're going to break through 26,000, we're going to need a catalyst to push right through at that point. So just be very cautious. Like I said, today, there's not enough data to support a trade for me for US 30, just because the pre-market data hasn't really shifted enough. Yesterday, we had good moves right at the 9:30 open, as I explained earlier in the stream from yesterday. And we actually caught some good moves after that as well. And then you can see it dipped a bit in range and then it popped again. But for me, I'm looking for the optimal setup. And a lot of times, you could probably get a trade on US 30 that will be profitable. But what I'm looking for, and I know that it happens, is when we have those big rallies. So when we have huge negative data or huge positive data, those are the easy trades. So what you may do is if you trade US 30 along with another pair, you might find you swap over to like your GJ or EJ or whatever pair that you're trading and focus on that for the day. But truthfully, I've reviewed all the charts and everything. There's nothing really that I guess tickles my fancy, so to speak. I've gone through it. Yesterday was really good moves for GJ, so I don't really expect a lot of good moves here for GJ today, just because of the fact that we've had two good heavy movements. We went from basically 133 to 135 in 2 days, so I don't see us moving too much further right now. And then I think maybe we'll pick up a bit of volume tomorrow and Friday. So today might be a no trade day. So I mean, just sit back and just enjoy the profits from yesterday, and then come back in tomorrow. Get used to it. Gold, yeah. Everybody said 1,800 to gold. It went to 1,800. Congratulations. The social media wins. So I'm happy that social media won. So everyone's going to be a millionaire because they've been holding it since 1,700.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure not many people held till 1,800.
No, there's no way to hold it.
Everybody was saying 1,800. And everyone's gonna say, "Oh, I was the only one who called it."
It's funny though because it just everyone talks about these magical numbers, and I'm super happy for people if they held it to 1800 or whatever they did, but the same people, they make those comments and then you don't hear from them for a few months, and then they pick up another thing out of the sky, and you know I don't know. For us who trade every day, gold going to 1800. I mean, congratulations. I mean, we've caught enough trades on other pairs to satisfy ourselves. Like I'm super excited for everybody that caught gold to 1800. Great trade, but I mean, when you're trading every day and you're doing this every day and you have statistics every day, I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, hopefully your analysis should be right. I mean, as a trader, we want to make positive trades, right? Like we shouldn't be surprised when we're right. Let's put it that way.
I think there's also like a negative association with that. Like when people see that, oh, okay, someone called 1800 and they got 1800, and let's say if someone who doesn't trade gold and they trade, let's say, EUR/JPY, and they've been looking at EUR/JPY and saying, oh, this has just been ranging here, man. I wish I was looking at gold. I wish I was looking at gold to take till 1800. I think that's where things go bad, where you stop focusing on what you can do and you start focusing on what someone else said and it happened. Maybe they were never in a trade.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of times that's sort of the biggest issues that a lot of people have is, like you said, they look at one pair and you focus, like our focus is on GJ. We focus on a couple other pairs. Sometimes we look at US 30, but the main focus here is GJ. You know what? You could look at any pair and you could have called levels. I mean, you could go look at Euro CAD. You could look at any pair, and there's always going to be a huge move. Gold obviously is a shiny object, a shiny metal, and it does trend very hard. So I mean, it's congratulations to those people that got to 1800. If that was your focus, that was great. I saw 1800 as well. The spreads are just too wide. I tried to take trades with gold. I caught a few smaller trades, but the spread's just way too wide for me. So when they do calm down, maybe I'll start looking at it again. Even now, the spread is a lot wider than I expect. Like, I mean, we're still like at 4 pips, and I'm used to having the spread at like 1.5. So it's to each their own. And I mean, I'm proud of people if they held gold and they made good money, because that's the idea behind trading. I mean, as a trader, it's retail versus institutional. It's not retail versus retail. So if there are people out there on the stream that grabbed gold, it's awesome. Like I'm super happy, because that means that you made good money. And now maybe if you traded gold from 1700 to 1800, you don't have to trade the rest of the year. Like, there's lots of positivity around that, so it's great to see. What do you look for smaller time frames? Well, US 30 is a very tough pair to trade, because on the 5-minute time frames there's large pullbacks. What you should be looking for is on the higher time frames, maybe the 15-minute, 30-minute, an hour, seeing where a support's being created. And then what you're trying to do is you're trying to enter on the smaller time frames from either the top, or either from the support area or from the rejecting from resistance. Keep in mind too, a lot of times with US 30, the new hour candle has a big pullback. I mean, technically speaking, any of the major candles, and I consider major candles on US 30 like a 15-minute candle or 30-minute candle as well, because you do get a lot of moves off those smaller candles. You might find that there'll be a massive pullback. So really map out your support and resistance on the higher time frames, so that you know that, like, you have a 15-minute candle that pulls all the way back, it's not breaking. Perfect example right now, looking at US 30, you can see like the wicks that are created. So this candle here, obviously, if you were trading it, you would have to place your stop below this. But I mean, technically speaking, your stop would be below here, because this could bounce around here, bounce, and then continue to go up at that point. But you can see how these wicks work. So as an example, if we were looking at this as a resistance, this would be your stop area, right? Your stop loss would have to be here, because you can see we dipped down, came back up, and this would have tapped your stop because it came up here, but it's only one candle. And what do we say about one candle? One candle doesn't change direction. You can see it dropped again to that point, but this effectively is a range. So if you're trading it, are you looking to get into a trade right now? If you were, your trade would have been, you know, essentially down here to go back up to here. You can't really trade this area here unless you're going to go for a small piece of that and then hope that it continues to break up. But if it doesn't, you know that it's going to reject again at that point. It's very, very tough. The price action is very fast. So you're using multiple time frames. My suggestion is have multiple time frames open on your screen if you're trading US 30, because that will help you. It'll also ease your mind. There's a lot of times where there's massive rejections, and those aren't rejections, they're just liquidity grabs. So you really need to really be careful trading US 30, because it can punish you fast.
Yeah, man. You are on mute, Raja.
I'm you, bro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so GJ, I mean, if it makes a support, I mean, we should continue going up to 135, 200. Also based on the 4-hour. But just now gets a little bit difficult now, because now, you know, we had a lot of volume moving into pre-New York, a lot of volume, and now volume is dying a little bit, you know, even though this is NY Open, the volume is dying. So maybe next volume push is going to come at, like, you know, NYC Open when the new 4-hour candle starts. Maybe come down, make support, go up. How do you manage your trades? Like, how do you place trail stops and take profits, and where do you secure profits? I mean, if you know that, then what else is there to know about trading, right? Yeah, I guess my take profit, originally take profit was around this area right over here, you know, because this is where we had some sort of a rejection. So that was my target. If you watch every live stream, I answer your question with every trade I take. In every live stream, that's pretty amazing. Starting watching live again, so true about people not looking at the right pair. That's absolutely true. It may move down with that resistance created from London Open. Yeah, for sure, but it'll need to break below 134.880 to continue moving down. What's your favorite Pakistani dish? Okay. How do you know which wicks should be filled and which ones are rejections? When price is moving in the direction of the wicks become destinations. All right, why consider that old support in the middle when price been through that level twice? It's just a cautionary measure. That's all it is. It's a cautionary measure. Um, what would you say is the next step after baby pips? I think after baby pips is, I think it's baby pips. There's no steps. The worst thing someone can do in trying to learn is like watch a webinar or read a PDF and then say, okay, now what? Now what do I watch next? Now what do I watch next? You know, so the next thing to do while you're doing this is to keep looking at charts, keep plotting your analysis, keep plotting your ideas, you know, and then start to see that if those ideas really work, are those ideas really formulating? Because if those ideas are formulating, then you know down the future you'll be able to execute on those ideas. Do you start closing trade in negative randomly, or do you wait for a certain criteria to be filled to start cutting losses? Certain criterias need to be filled. I mean, yesterday I took a buy. I took a buy here. Actually, I took a buy in the Asian session yesterday, and it was somewhere over here. Yeah, it was somewhere over here, I think. Before Asian Open. Price formed, I think it was somewhere. Anyway, it was somewhere over there. Was it over here? Yeah, it was somewhere over here. So this candle closed bullish. When this kind of started to come down, bearish, I saw this kind of is going to close bearish. This is way before the Asian Open. I closed my trades because I was like, yeah, I'm not too sure about this, what's going to happen. And then I just closed. So instead of hoping, I just get rid of the trades. I no longer hope, oh, I hope it goes up, or I think it's going to go up. I need to be 100% sure. How do you feel after a live stream interaction, having fun doing what you love? I think it's awesome. Um, because here, you know, I am what I am. This is what I am in normal life too. So I think it's great. One good thing is like if I do travel, I know I have friends around the world. So that's one good thing. 4-hour support line, use the take profit line. Yeah. Oh wow, it's back in the range now. It's back in the range. There's no trade. Thinking of a buy if when it closes above. Ooh, you bought over here. You bought at the top. That was a big mistake buying at the top. Every time I have someone question me about trading wanting to learn, I send them to Baby Pips and never hear from them again. Yes, sometimes, you know, when I tell people to go to Baby Pips, they get offended. Some people get offended, man. Some people are like, oh, what do you mean? But some people, they're like, oh, thank you, thank you. So it's a two-way street. Did you get any better? Did you get any guests after Begley openly shared your address? Oh yeah, no, nothing happens. I mean, anything that you see happening on social media, that's it. That just stays on social media. Nothing happens on social media because of social media. I mean, some people use it as a tool to, like, you know, for certain things, and some people use it as a tool to learn and grow. So it's okay. Plus, also, it's a two-way road, right? Plus, I also troll people, so I guess it's okay. Do you use high highs and lows of the day when you trade? No, not at all. I don't use high highs or high lows. It's just what is happening here. You know, price made a fake out, went up, so now I'm looking to see if this support gets held or not for price to continue moving bullish. But if it does break below 750, it's going to continue moving down. Do you think we should stay in this trade? I'm not sure what trade are you in. Are you in a buy or a sell? I'm not sure. Um, do you trade the quarter theory? Nope. Wow, looks like Wednesday will be a day when volume comes on later on. Probably volume is going to come on with NYC open here. I think the best thing I learned in baby pips was support resistance levels. And then I learned about trend lines, trend channels, how to trade. See, everything is in here, man. How to trade, support resistance. Everything is in here. Like you can learn everything online. You know, the reason you join groups or mentorships is because, you know, some people they are much better at certain things and they've developed a way to like, clearly explain it. And then you got a community, sense of community, so all those stuff. But then again, you got to be careful too. Ooh, Battle, you took cells. Very nice. You took cells once price broke the low over here. I see that. I see that. Very nice. I think this 15-minute candle has decent volume. Yeah, I think so too. It's moving down. Pretty nice bearish volume here. Do you use daily candle to make more pips? Yes, you can, but there's a lot of waiting as well. There's a built-in phase for moon indicator in TradingView and other astrological nonsense. Yes, that's also true. There's a lot of astrological things happening here. Wow, look at this daily candle. Daily candle went all the way up and now it's continuing down. So this is what we were talking about JPY earlier on the monthly here. So this is the first. So now, man, if we do reject 135 right here, we do reject 135, I think monthly is going to go bearish. And this weekly candle, look at this, right? This weekly candle. So now let's start a story. Let's start our story from back in, what month was this? This was April, right? March, April. So we made resistance here, resistance here. See, it's so easy. I just have my hand on my face and I'm just like, because it's so easy. Resistance, 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 right? And then we had price moving up. We had price break this resistance, this 135 level. And then we had the next candle break back down 135 level. And then we had this bearish candle form. It tried to go up, but it came back down. This was the month of June. And then you had these weekly candles that we just saw coming up back above 135. Now in 2 days, if this weekly candle closes below this 135, then I think there's going to be a very, very high probability that the next candle, if it breaks the low of this weekly candle, we're going to continue moving down to what, 131. That's my daily and weekly analysis. So basically just waiting for this weekly candle to close. If this was on the 1 hour or if this was on the 30-minute, I'd say, yeah, guys, let's wait for this candle to close. Just imagine this is the 30-minute time frame, right? And you're just waiting for this 30-minute candle to close to see if the next one breaks the low or not. Because if the next 30-minute candle breaks this low, then it means it's going to continue moving down. Hey, are you going to take another trade? Nope. My time to end my trading day is coming to an end over here. Would you take sells if the current candle breaks the low of the previous? Nope. I'm gonna end my trading day in like 10 minutes. Writing use up book. What time what time do you watch while waiting to make trades? I'm just simple like if I hadn't had taken trades so far, I'd be waiting for a price to create a support at around 134.760 and then take a buy. That's what I would do. So right now, I think this is a range where price is in. I mean, first I had a line over here, and this was a 19 pip range, and now I have a line over here. So now, total, this is a 30, 31 pip range. How big is this? Yeah, 31 pip range. Who thinks NY and Asian sessions are way safer to trade GJ than London session? Me. I think like that. I think NY. I think New York is the best session to trade. The very best session to trade is the New York session. You can take 1 or 2 trades and that's it. That's it, man. People don't realize how important this is. This business of trading is really, really profitable. Like you can make a lot of money. People don't realize that, man. People don't realize that. I think people are just stuck in this thing of like, oh, let's look at that guy, let's look at this guy, let's see what that guy is saying or that guy is saying. Oh, he just has new course, he did this, he did that. You know, no, it doesn't work like that. Look at this pair, let's look at that exotic. Ooh, that pair moves a lot. Oh no, that pair ranges a lot. You know, you just gotta stick to one thing and that works. What about Asian session? Asian session has the lowest volume of all the sessions. You know, you can find good trades in Asian session, but it's not every day it's gonna happen. Can you give my friend Pavel a birthday shout? I think his name is Pave. Hey, happy birthday, Pave. Happy birthday to Pave. Pave is turning old now. Pave is gonna lose hair. Happy birthday. How high is your leverage? My leverage is pretty high right now.
Too much mangoes.
Yeah, too many mangoes. To make lots of money, you need lots of money for investment, right? No. No. What time is this channel starts? The time is written in the description. I think this is the dumb part of the gulag now we're walking into. What setups what setups you look for in the Asian session? Same thing in NY. Doesn't NY open in 9 minutes? No, NY opened 51 minutes ago. Sessions are great if you're a scalper, but if you're a swing trader, it doesn't matter much. That's true. Yeah, see, the gulag becomes smarter, and then slowly we walk into the forest of dumbness, and then slowly we go back into the smart part of the forest. What's your take on GJ and GJ pairs? I don't know. I think send a chart on GJ and GJ pairs. What is your opinion about CFD versus options? I don't know anything about both of them. How far back do we look to point our support resistance zones? I looked this much far back. I looked at yesterday, and then I took a trade based on this candle breaking the high over here, and we went up. It's my birthday today. Can you please greet me? I am Mark. Hi, Mark. How are you? Gulag is trending higher. Yes. Can you make skins for magic keys like Call of Duty? That's actually a very good idea. Making skins for magic keys? Probably. That's a good idea. I heard from you that Asians like yen to go up in this session. I never said that. I may have said that, but I've never stressed upon that. GJ sells, and here's the chart. Let's take a look at this chart. Oh, 4 hour. Created a lower low and did not break previous high. If candle closes below, this could be a deep pullback. Okay, makes sense. Let's look on the 4-hour. Let's remove everything here. 4-hour formed a support right here, right? And it tapped into some sort of a resistance up over here. Let's go down to the 1-hour time frame. Let's adjust our zone here. We have a support on the 1-hour forming right here. We have a resistance forming right over here. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame. We go into the 30-minute time frame, and what we see is that maybe this was a support as previously, and maybe this price is like rejecting some area over here to maybe continue going bullish, right? Let's take a look on the 15-minute. Yeah, it makes sense. It's closing bullish above that support there as well. I think it's trying to do a retest to continue moving bullish, break above 135 here and come up to 135 200. Could be valid. Thanks for the stream. Good day, mate. Good day. Do you think it's possible to take 500 to 1500 in 1 month trading price action? I think it's possible to blow that 500 in 1 month. I can say that much if you don't follow risk. I mean, when you start an account and you have this idea about you're going to make X amount of dollars, I think 90% of the time it's not going to work. What do you think about selling a virtual magic key less price? Then it won't be a magic key, it will be a script, right? That'll just be a script. It's magic keys because it's in your hand. My laptop is right over there, and I just do this. It's way over there. I can just do this. I can hit the button, partial take profit, partial stop loss. I can do all those things from my magic keys. What a partial stop loss does, what a partial TP does is, let's say if you took a sell over here and your partial TP was right over here, right? What it's going to do is, when it's going to come down over here, it's going to close a percentage of your position automatically, you know, and then it's going to leave a runner running. That's what it's going to do, partial TP right here. And then you can have a partial stop loss too at the same time. Joke of the day. How do you find Will Smith in the snow? Look for Fresh Prince. I have another joke. What's tofu? Hold on. Tofu. What does tofu and a dildo have in common? Yeah, I think that was a joke. They're both substitutes for meat. Oh, funny. No one's laughing, that's okay. So I guess growing your account really matters on risk management and good strategy. Yes, I think growing your account mostly matters on risk management. It mostly matters on risk management. I was talking something like the keyboard that you can put on your screen, if that makes sense. Yeah, but it's still a script, right? Anything digital. This looks cool. Magic keys, it really looks cool. You know, that's why. And it's always going to stay this. There's no discussion on this. It's pronounced tofu. It's pronounced tofu. It's tofu, not tofu. Tofu, not tofu. I'll pronounce it the way it's spelled. Tofu. I think. You can show yourself out now. Oh yes. Yeah, I can show myself out now. It's almost 9 a.m. right now. Perfect. So, I mean, yeah, GJ, I mean, if it does form support, I think we're going to continue up towards 135, 200. If we break below here, we're going to continue down. But I think this was a great move going up. It was an awesome 30 pip move going up. How long did it take you to become profitable? The day I realized I only need to take 1 or 2 trades. That's it. 1 or 2 trades, 3 hours a day, 2 hours a day, and that's it. The crazy thing is your knowledge you have given me has given me money to buy magic keys. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Yeah, that's awesome. You know what someone said the other day? This is what the haters said, and I know they're watching right now. What they said was that the reason these guys do live streams is so that people can copy their trades, they can make money, and then they can buy their mentorships and their magic keys. That's what they said. And why not? That's a good idea, right? So anyway, take care, everybody. Have a good day. Don't overtrade, please. If you had a winning trade this morning, just keep that win with you. Keep that win safe with you, and things are going to be great. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you so much, Raja.
Oh
careful.
yeah, Kervin
Raja.
Papa.
Another day of stress-free scamming.
Thank you for showing up, being scammed today.
Stay safe.
Shukriya, stay safe, be strong.
Stay strong. Where is that guy today?
Oh, I don't know, man.
Okay, gentlemen, stay safe, stay strong. Take care.
Yeah, man. All right.
Oh man.
That's funny.